Well, my name is Velle Montgomery. I'm 31 years old. I live at 585 Front Avenue. Well, I was staying there. I just moved. So it's in walking distance of the community in the area, so I can walk down here. I normally drive, but I like to walk too a lot. So like today I walked here. But anyway, I've been with the program off and on for years now, connected with Chris, trying to stay connected, but I actually just came back to the program this year and actually gave my time into it for as much time I could do because on the other hand, I'm a catering chef, head catering chef for St. Catherine's University, which I've been doing for 10 years. Been there for 2 years and at the Science Museum of Minnesota for 5 years as assistant chef. But to venture back off to when I was 14 when I first met Chris, I was just an out of control preteen with a whole lot of troubles and a whole lot of energy and ideas, and she just noticed the energy and the creativity and helped me channel it to a positive instead of a negative. First converted from student to teacher at Studio 4, it was kind of hard because at first I was interning there, so I was still like a student there. So the kids they would focus as me being more of a student than an intern. So then when I finally had to separate myself from being a student and an intern, so I would come to school. I was only like 14, 15, 16 years old at the most. I come to school in a full three-piece suit, and they looking at me like, are you in a suit? And like, yeah, and I'm drinking coffee with Phil. And I'm too hyper to drink coffee. I don't need coffee. But anyway, like I said, I had to separate myself from the student atmosphere to an intern atmosphere from a worker. And it was kind of hard because I'm the type of person where when I'm in the work industry, in the work field, I'm equal to you. I don't want to feel like I'm your boss. Okay, if I have the job title that I'm higher than you, I may be because I know more, but at the same time, we're the same person. We can learn together. You might do something that I might not know about, and I can learn from you, you know what I'm saying? So I like to consider myself as an equal. And sometimes it gets you in trouble because students will come to you instead of going to a teacher or the faculty staff because they figure they can get away from it with you. But you got to let them know, like, no, I treat you as an equal so you can come to me so I can tell you what to do right. And that's why a lot of students like to connect with me better because I sit down and, like, when I went to Studio 4, it was an independent learning center. So it was more about the one-on-one time, the hands-on learning, the hands-on experience. You know, don't just set me down and put nothing on the chalkboard and say, go at it, you know, because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to start twiddling my thumbs and doing something different, you know. But if you're there working with me, I can ask you a question, you can come answer it with me, and we can go through the steps, hands-on learning. That's what I like, and that's what a lot of youth likes nowadays. They want the action, they want to be there, they want to be able to put their hands in the pile of rocks or whatever you're doing, you know. They want to be there and be active, you know. They don't want to just sit there and get lost. The attention span nowadays is very short, and so when you get them, you got to hold them, and you got to keep them there. You can't let them go, because once they go back out there, they gone. So yeah, Studio 4 was like it was a major stepping stone for me because I was into gangs and I was going down a path of destruction. So when I found Studio 4, I was stuck in the middle of the fence. Then when I realized they had music and video and creative arts and dance and everything I like to do, it took me out of that middle of the fence. So I went straight to drill team and music and community involvement and just left all the gang stuff alone and just been on the high wire since then. So yeah, Studio 4 was a major stepping stone, and thank you, TC Ellis and the whole Studio 4 program for that. So, yeah. I'm here because I love to help the youth. I love to be involved with the community. I like to give back to the community and educate and share what I learned. So I've learned TV video production, studio engineering, the food art, mastering food art, and I would love to give that back to the kids and anybody else who's willing to learn it and receive it. When you see people out there, if you get a certain vibe with them, and it's a positive vibe, and you see them, they're very artistic and they're rapping to themselves or they're studying video and reading video, then evidently, I mean, it's like mandatory for me to tell them about this program and about this area and what's over here and offer them. Because if you actually look at the community nowadays and over here in the city of St. Paul, all the rec centers that they used to have them been tore down and rebuilt to just little shacks with bathrooms in it. So the kids really don't have no community involvement programs, no art centers, no digital art centers. So this is actually a blessing for them. And so when they're out there roaming around and they're just rapping with their headphones and kicking a rock down the street or a can down the street, why not rap inside of here in a nice place where you can be welcomed as family and you can learn and you can take it to the next level. So I would definitely channel any kid that I feel in the positive to this area and to this place because I feel that they would challenge themselves in a better way versus just sitting out there in the street. TV, everybody don't nobody believe in hypnotism, but it's right in front of our face. It's TV, television. It's the biggest hypnotism in the world. You put kids in front of the TV, after 3-4 days, they're gonna be saying what's on the TV, no matter how old they are. So, that's what music, that's what the kids are putting out here. They're hearing all this music about the girls and all this gangster rap, and I want to carry this pistol, I want to roll this car with the big rims, If you really listen to music far as hip hop nowadays, it ain't the same as it used to be when you had your Tupacs and your Biggies and the Roots and, Outkast and everybody who was actually rapping, which was really hip hop, and they was talking about stuff in the world. And I mean, every now and then they would talk about party or shooting on the block, but nowadays it's just shoot 'em and bang bang and dance and strip club and all that. And it's really taken away from the creativity of the young artists out here, because they want to be signed. Because if you look at everybody, they're a rapper now, so everybody wants to rap what's on TV to figure out if they're gonna get that record deal. Well, the truth is, the only way you're going to get a record deal nowadays is by creating your own type of style. And the way we got to teach these kids, that's why I'm happy I'm going to be here more often this year, because the way we turn that conversation around from the reality that they see on TV is not the real reality that's in the world, is by telling them when they come here, all right, you can be creative. I don't want you not to be creative, but take your creativity and challenge yourself. Okay, you do all that rapping at home and it's dirty and you're cussing and you're rapping about that. When you come here, I want to see you challenge yourself. Turn that into a positive. Let's make something marketable. If you want to be on a video, you want to do a video at that, then you got to rap about this. So we'll do a class called, like, say for instance, ghetto politician, or do a class on the negativities in your community. And then you can rap about that. How can you change that negative in your community to a positive? What don't you like about that negative in your community? So it's more like a story versus you just complaining or trying to rap like these people that's on the video. Now you're expressing yourself on how you feel, and you ain't got to cuss about it, because instead of cursing, you can use a strong word, see what word you could put in that curse form to make it project better, And then far as with the women stuff, I mean, it's gonna be hard trying to turn them from there, but it's like I like to do party music, so I'm quite sure once they get more in the studio with me and start seeing how I do more party music, it ain't more just all about gangster rap. It's because all I do is party music. I mean, every now and then I'll probably do a gangster track, but it's not about killing and popping nobody's head off. It's about but really being gangster. It's really about what is gangster to you. How is gangster defined to you? Because the old gangster days ain't what gangsters are nowadays. It ain't the same thing. So if you're watching this and you see this, being a gangster don't mean nothing. But truthfully, so yeah, it's all about, strengthening your mind and challenging them. And I think the best way to challenge them is by putting it in front of their face, like, okay, this is what the subject is. This is what we're going to rap about today. And then if you don't like it, you can hit the road. I mean, because that means you're not trying to challenge yourself. Because you could rap about bubblegum and girls and guns all day. That's all you see on TV. But once you get away from that TV and you start to challenge your mind, and you really want to rap about what's on your mind, that's when you really unlock your creativity. We'll put more structure into it, do like a studio pass like Studio 4 had. So when you come in during the day, we'll do like, say for instance, when the students come in or the kids come in, say we can have them do like a half hour of quiet time reading or something with their homework or something, so we know we're helping them with their homework, and then they can get a pass and get checked off to come down to the studio. But when you come down to the studio, you have to sign up this time. You have to sign up with me or Eric to get a MIDI slot to either do pre-production or book time to actually record. And this time we'll have a packet for you, so you fill out the packet so we know what you're recording, how long you expect your project to do, and when it'll be complete, so we can get a complete copy of it when it's done, so we have something to show for, so you have something to show for at the end of the program. And the thing about this year, I wanted to do it that way, but I felt like it might have been too much for them. So I wanted to give them the opportunity to be free. So that's what I gave them. And some of them just walked over the opportunity of being free. So that lets me know, like, who to be strict on next year if they come back, who to watch out for, and how to play the cards right. Because, I ain't wanted to start off real strict and then not let them, because that'll have them not come in. But with them having a little free time that they had, that draw them in there. So now when they come back next year, We can let them know, okay, remember last year how it was more flexible? Well, this year it's going to be flexible, but more order. If you want to do a project, you can get your project done. You'll be able to find your music. It won't be music just everywhere and people not knowing where stuff is. It's going to be more organization, and it's going to be more fun, and everybody will get projects done. So we'll see projects being done versus just anything coming out of there, you know. My future is, I guess whatever it's like everybody's future. I mean, I don't live no TV future. I ain't looking for the big house on the hill, the mansion, the 25 cars and all the money and stuff like that. I mean, of course everybody wants it. Of course I want to be on TV and want to do all that, but I'm good with the TV I'm on now, and I'm good with what I do now. I mean, I'm a chef. I help the kids in the community. I have a 10-year-old daughter. She's happy. I mean, I'm really happy where I'm at now, you know. I mean, I could be happier, but I'm thankful for what I got, you know. Got the opportunity to help kids, you know. I'm blessed to even see my daughter. Some parents out here don't get to see their kids, you know. Some parents out here that don't even get to see light, you know. That's my age. So, I mean, I really do look for better opportunities, and yeah, I could say I probably want my own restaurant sooner or later, own my own catering company. I mean, I do it off-scale catering already, so eventually to break off and be big somewhere. But yeah, otherwise, I'm pretty happy where I'm at. I mean, God has blessed me, so you can never want too much. I mean, you can want it, but you gotta be thankful for what you got, because a lot of people out there that doesn't have nothing. So, okay, I'm very thankful.